It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A video. This is going to be Q&A number 111 for Season 9, Episode 6 of The Walking Dead, called Who Are You Now? I did a live stream on Friday as well, but this is the second live stream for this episode coming up. So we'll see how many people are watching. One person online right now. So we'll wait a few minutes for people to show up, but if you're watching, feel free to ask your questions in the chat and we'll go from there. So I'm sure while we're waiting for others to show up here, I'm sure one of the main things that is going to be the focus of attention after this episode airs is, seeing all the characters in entirely new ways and to kind of see some characters that we didn't expect to see, you know what I mean? Like, for example, Judith, that's one that came up last week, and I'm sure that's going to be part of the focus of this episode. They're going to focus on her, but I'm sure they're going to show us maybe others as well that we are not expecting, and those characters are going to be not only different, but they're going to be older. For example, Henry, he's going to be older. He's played by, actually he's portrayed by the brother of the actor that played young Henry, which is pretty cool. And it's also they're brothers of the actress that played Sophia back in the first season. So that's very interesting. But that's going to be one character, Henry. The other character is going to be Gracie, the baby that Aaron is taking care of. So that's going to be also, interesting to see as well. But other than that, of course, Carol looks different. Michonne looks different. And, maybe other characters are going to look different that they haven't quite revealed yet. But that's going to be the focus. And other than that, it's just going to be about what's changed about the world after a 6-year time skip. Ken the God Gaming, yay, you're streaming. Yes, I am. So for those of you that don't know, the schedule slightly changed. So I used to do Q&As Friday nights and Saturday afternoons, Mountain Time. That is, but I've changed it so that it's Friday nights and Sundays instead. So if you want to know more about the schedule, you can basically see the schedule at the start and end of every video other than the live streams. And also you can see the schedules on the Facebook page of the channel. Link is in the description, or the Twitter of the channel as well. Both links are in the description. So you can go and check out the schedule if you're interested. Ken the God Gaming, do you think we'll see baby Gracie? Yeah, that's something I actually brought up a few minutes ago. I think so. I mean, maybe not in this episode, but next couple episodes for sure. Because that was a big part of the last season. Not big part, but that was a crucial moment in the story for last season. And I think they're going to have to use that somehow again. It'll be completely odd for them to just forget about Gracie, They're going to show her at some point, and of course she's going to be older, and, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with her. Ken the God Gaming, since Maggie is gone, where's Herschel? Is he with her or is he with someone? Yeah, I actually talked about this in the other video I posted. I think it's only logical for Maggie to have taken her. We know Maggie is probably gone to where Georgie's community is. For whatever reason, they're going to have to explain it. But I think that she probably took baby Herschel with her. It would make no sense for her to just leave her. And I'm sure there might be other characters that have gone with her as well. So it's probably Maggie, some others, and baby Herschel that have left. And that'll probably be revealed in this episode. It makes the most sense for it to be revealed here. Kendegod Gaming, do you think Tara and Enid's new style will be? Or what do you think Tara and Enid's new style will be? If they are still around, there's a chance that they may have gone with Maggie, like I said. Tara, maybe, but Enid, they have that connection with Enid and Maggie, right? So, could be that they both left. You know what I mean? But, if they don't want to do that, if the actress that plays Enid wanted to stick around, and if they wanted to make her stay, or something like that, for the story, then I'm sure they're going to be a bit older. They're going to show them be a bit older, and their style may be different. Maybe not, but maybe. But what their style is going to be, that's difficult to tell. Tara, I'm sure she's going to have a weird kind of change, because, you know, if you're going to make someone have a drastic change, Tara is definitely one to go for. She's definitely one of those characters that's more like a caricature, you know what I mean? So, it makes sense for them to do something crazy with Tara. But for Enid, I'm not sure. They could, but I'm not sure what they could do to change her style. Kendegod Gaming, who do you think will be in the border? I did one video on that. I'll probably do a different video on that because that was older and we didn't know that there's going to be this much of a time skip. So, you know, I will have to change my answers for those, or my opinions on that, or my predictions, but I'll definitely do a video on that. I don't want to do it here in case there are non-comic readers, because I don't want to spoil it for them, what the lineup is or the border is. But yeah, I will definitely do a standalone video on that, maybe next week sometime. Kendegod Gaming, do you think Fear the Walking Dead is dead? We gotta wait and see what Season 5 brings. But Season 4's second half was a massive disappointment. The first half was okay, it was good, I feel, but the second half, they just dropped the bomb completely. Dropped the ball completely. And, you know, they blew it. There's no other way to say it. They blew it, and I don't think it's dead. It's the same thing it was in Season 2 and 3. And, you know, I feel the first half of Season 4 was a massive improvement, but they dropped the ball. And second half of Season 4 was the weakest half of the seasons in Fear's history. But is it dead? No, we gotta wait and see what Season 5 brings. I don't have high hopes, but I'm gonna stay positive and optimistic about what they can deliver in Season 5. Kendegod Gaming, also, do you think Madison survived? I think she did, because they didn't show her. She could have pushed through the walkers and got out of there. Yeah, they could do that. I mean, is it, or it's difficult to say because they did kind of confirm that she's dead, but at the same time, it's all about money. If they feel like bringing Madison back will help ratings, they'll do it. And of course, that is if the actress that played Madison wants to come back or will come back. But I think there's a chance that she's still alive, but they did confirm it, I think. So, yeah, it's difficult to say. It's one of those things where they could do anything. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Yeah, it's Madison. She would shimmy up the stadium fence. I'm just trying to see how that's a question. Yeah, it's Madison. She would shimmy up the stadium fence. Yeah, I mean, if that's related to Madison, yeah, I feel like there's a chance, like I said, that she survived. But again, at the same time, wouldn't she have tried to look for the others? And there was definitely a time skip when she died and when we came back. A small amount of time skip, but wouldn't she have tried to find them at least? You know what I mean? So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Okay, as we're waiting for more questions here, I'm actually going to do a poll on Twitter. So you guys can go and participate if you go to the Twitter of the channel. Link is in the description. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a poll here. And so the poll is going to be, do you think that Judith will be able to fill Carl and Rick's spot in The Walking Dead? Because, you know, you could make the case that she's still at Grimes in a way. So, do you think she could fill up that spot, that void that Carl and Rick's death have brought the show, basically? So, let me just write this. Let me create that poll, and I'll jump into the questions again. And I'll share with you the results, or whatever the results may be, in the next couple of minutes once I post it. Of course, it'll be open for like a week, but I'll just share the results as we're talking about it when people participate. And I'm going to include Michonne in there as well. So it's going to be Michonne and Judith. Whoops. Just knocked the mic down. Sorry if any of you just jumped at that or jumped on that noise, but yeah, let me just do this. All right, so the tweet is out, the poll is out. Okay, jumping into the questions again. Oh wait, I missed one. Candy God Gaming. Do you think the Walking Dead TV show will catch up to with the comics? No, I don't think so. I mean, they could always do time jumps like they did in the last episode and make sure that doesn't happen. But even if they don't do that, in terms of the pace of the story and the pacing of the story in the comics, I don't think there's ever going to be a point where they're going to catch up. There's a chance, but it's very, very low. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, to be honest, the group should have stayed in the CDC after they convinced Jenner to let them live. They all died anyways. Yeah, that's true, but then there would be no story, you know what I mean? And they're following comic stuff, so then the show will be completely different than the comics if they did that. Ken the God Gaming, be right back, and let it go to your Twitter, but I still can see, or wait. Be right back and let it go to your Twitter, but I can't still be streaming on TV. Yeah, thank you for going and participating. I think that's what you mean. Thank you. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A. Hey Ash, do you think it's possible we could see Lydia tonight in episode 6? Also, who's running the Hilltop now that Maggie is gone? Jude, for Lydia, it's too early. I feel like they're gonna reveal those characters in the second half, not the first half. There's a chance, but I don't think that it makes sense for them to do that. So it'll most likely be maybe episode 8, maybe in the second half even. But who's running the Hilltop? I think it's a combination of Jesus and Daryl, maybe. I'm thinking. And one thing I do want to say, Ken the God Gaming, I made you a mod as well. And you can definitely tell by the wrench here. So you're also a mod on the channel. You brought it up last week, and I just wanted to let you know that you are a mod now. We are 19 minutes in, so we'll go for maybe 15 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A, and that'll be the end of the stream. Usually my Q&A live streams, for those of you that don't know, are half an hour. So we'll do half an hour of Q&A live streams, and then that'll be it. Of course, tonight we have the next episode, so you know, stay tuned for my reaction tonight, my breakdown, and my review tomorrow, and basically the rest of the videos coming up based on the schedule that I have. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, is it possible Maggie could return in season 10? Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what they have in mind. They are probably going to bring her back in season 10. She's not going to come back anytime in season 9 anymore. She's gone, but season 10 she might return. I think that's a good prediction, that she's going to come back in season 10. Voltix33, hi Ash. Hi, how are you? Glad you could join. Ken the God Gaming, I am Jack. Okay. I'm probably not going to remember to call you Jack, but yeah. I think you might have been testing out the mod feature, right? Or never mind, you retracted it. I thought you removed it. Ken the God Gaming, I am back. Sorry, no worries. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you think Michonne and Daryl are long-term survivors. Daryl, yes, probably, but Michonne, maybe, maybe not. It's difficult to say. At this point, it'll be completely dumb of them, or it would be a bad decision to kill any other Season 1 character. I know that what's coming up, it might need a big death like that, but I mean, I don't know. With Rick gone now, and Maggie gone now, and Carl gone now, it's one that's difficult to kind of think about in terms of what will happen if we kill like Daryl or, you know, Michonne. I think it wouldn't be the best decision, at least for this season. But are they long-term characters or survivors? Probably, most likely. Daryl more than Michonne though. What's going on with the camera here? It's shaking. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's better. Voltex33, what do you think will happen to Negan as his story won't end like in the comics? It might. It still might. There's definitely stories that they need to tell with Negan coming up. They're going to remix it for sure, but they're not going to change it completely. So, you know, it's probably going to go the same way, more or less. Q&A, hey Ash, do you think it's possible that Rosita and Ezekiel will get their comic deaths? Ezekiel, no, I think they're going to remix that, but Rosita, there's a chance. There's a chance. And I don't want to dive too deep into what their comic deaths are, because it might spoil it for non-comic readers, but yeah, like I said, for Ezekiel, they might remix that and give it to someone else. But for Rosita, there's a chance that they might. Okay, let's visit the poll to see if anyone participated here. One person participated and they said no. So do you think Michonne and Judith can fill the void that Carl and Rick's exit have brought? One person participated and they said no. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say no. So that's just my prediction. That's my answer. At least. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to be a good show anymore. It's just that gap or that void won't ever be filled with, you know, new characters, or even with Judith and Michonne, I think. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, hey Ash, do you think Tara is a long-term survivor? Nope, absolutely not. I think she is definitely a candidate for a possible death coming up, if she hasn't left already with Maggie, for example. Because we haven't seen her, right, in the last episode, and we haven't seen her in the teasers for the next 3 episodes. So we don't know what's happening with her. But if she is still there, and if she's alive, she's potentially one of those characters that they could kill off coming up. But I don't want to dive into it deep because it will ruin it for non-comic creators. Have you, Voltex33, have you read any The Walking Dead novels? They are very good. No, I haven't. I just think there's, I thought there was just one with the governor's story, or maybe multiple for the governor. But I didn't know there was more, but I haven't read any. I will be interested though. If you recommend any, I do want to check it out. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you think or do you see the Whisper War happening? Yes, but I think it'll be remixed. I think they're going to expand it and add on to it a little bit. I don't think it'll be the exact same story as it was in the comics, but it'll be a missed opportunity for them not to do it. They are bringing in the Whispers, we know that, but, you know, it'll be a missed opportunity for them not to do that. Voltix33, they tell a story about Lily, Call, and Woodbury. Yeah, I think that's what I thought. That's part of the governor's story as well. So I haven't checked it out, but I might. They should do a Andrew Lincoln story pre-apocalypse, like a novel. That would be interesting. Not Andrew Lincoln. Did I say Andrew Lincoln? Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes centric story for a novel, but pre-apocalypse. That'll be cool. I'll get that for sure. It would be kind of like a Here's Negan, but a novel and more in-depth, and you know, it'll concentrate more on pre-apocalypse than post-apocalypse. That'll be a cool story. I would check it out. Epic Zombie Killer, by the way, I asked when will it happen. Oh, I completely messed it. I thought you said will it happen. So yeah, going back to that, when will the Whisper War happen? I think they're going to introduce the Whisperers before the mid-season premiere, and they're going to reveal the characters in the second half and build up the tension between the survivors and the Whisperers until the end of the season. And I think season 10 will be probably the Whisper War. And I think they're just going to do it in half a season. I think they learned their lesson for the All-Out War, and they're not going to do it an entire season unless they know they have enough story. Unless they know that they're not going to drag it. I was a fan of them doing All-Out War for an entire season. But I wanted them to expand on it and not have bottle episodes or drag the story, which they did. So, in a way, I prefer them to do a half a season for the Whisper War for season 10 than an entire season if they're going to be dragging the story. But yeah, first half of season 10. Probably when we'll see the actual war happen. Voltix33, they could also do some crime novel for Rick. It would last for a long time. I meant show. They could do some crime novel for Rick. They could do that, but I think it's better for them to not completely change the style. Because if they want to do that, then it wouldn't be a apocalyptic story anymore. You know what I mean? But if it's like a pre-apocalyptic story for Rick, and excuse me, and if it concentrates on the Rick character and not so much the stories about, you know, him solving crime or whatever, I think it makes the most sense. And also, he was not a detective, he was just a sheriff. So, you know, there wouldn't really be enough story there anyway, because he'll just be chasing bad guys. But yeah, they could do like a spin-off show like that, or like a movie about that, or a novel. I think a novel would work better with that type of story. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, he asked, do you think it would have been better if they made All Out War for half of Season 8 and Season 8B was the Whispers? No, not the Whispers. No, that would be early. I think with the pace they did, and if they didn't want to do anything else, any more story or expand the story anymore, they should have done All Out War for Season 8, first half. Second half would be the introduction of the Whisperers. So yeah, if you mean the introduction of the Whisperers, actually no, I missed something. No, first half of Season 8 would be All Out War. Second half would be A New Beginning, and what we basically have for the first half of Season 9. And the second half, and then Season 9, first half would be the Whisper War. They could have done that if they shrunk season 8's all-out war story. I would have preferred that, to be honest, given what they gave us for season 8, all-out war. Alright, we have 3 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A and that'll be the end of the stream. We are 32 minutes in. So we'll go for 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes of rapid fire Q&A here. Let me just check the poll again to see if there's any change. No, no change there. I'll definitely share the results later as well. For those of you that might not be on Twitter or might not, you know, go to Twitter or whatever. So I'll kind of share those numbers later on as well. Voltex33, do you think Rick Grimes will be a leader of Commonwealth in the future? If you don't want to spoil comic material, then just answer yes or no. No, I don't think so. I don't think it'll get to that. I think there'll be more things popping off that will not... I don't think we'll get to that point. I think... maybe another person would, and I don't want to reveal that, but not Rick. I don't think Rick wants to be the leader of a new community, to be honest. And just one more thing about that, I don't think if there's a big change in the Commonwealth, I don't think it'll be a new leader. I think they're gonna make things interesting. They're gonna give us something that's more modern, if you know what I mean. And you know, Rick might potentially be part of that, but not the actual leader as we know leaders in the post-apocalyptic world. I think it won't be a leader, but something similar. But that's long term. Short term, I do think there's going to be a new leader, and I think that's where the story is going, but I don't think it'll be Rick. And I think there will be other stuff as well. Like, I don't want to reveal too much, but I think it's more complicated than what we have in mind, that Rick is just going to take over. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, hey Ash, you should make a video on why Season 8 was disappointing. I could do that, yeah, for sure. I mean, it'll be like a quick video because it's very simple, but yeah, I could do that. And by quick, I don't mean like 3 minutes, I mean like maybe 10, 11, 12 minutes, but it's not going to be like a 20-minute video. Alright, last one will be the last question, so the next one will be the last question, and that'll be the end of the stream. So get your question in. I'll just give it 30 seconds because none of you might ask questions and I'm going to be here all night. So I'll give it 30 seconds of, you know, time for you to ask the last question. There we go. Epic Zombie Killer with the last question. Q&A, hey Ash, do you think Season 8 would have been better if they kept Carl alive? If they did the story the same exact way, I don't think it would have changed much. But, of course, it would have been better because Carl would have still been alive. But I don't think it would have changed how disappointing Season 8 was. I'm not saying season 8 is disappointing because Carl died. That's not it. There's a lot more to it. So I think it would have been better, but I still think it would have been a disappointment if they did the exact same thing in terms of the structure of the season. Alright, that's it for this Q&A live stream. Thank you everyone for coming on the stream and asking questions, and also for those of you that have supported the channel for as long as you have, I appreciate it. Stay tuned for my reaction to tonight's episode and for the remainder of the videos coming up based on the schedule. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.